We asked and Bandai have delivered. That's right, all three of these expensive cards are confirmed for reprints in PRB02 coming October 2025. In this video, we're going to have a quick roundup of all the reprints that were confirmed today, as well as a bunch of new cards as well. So first up, we got confirmed reprints of not just Mr. 2, but EB02 Luffy as well. Now, I think everyone was expecting Mr. 2. We'd have been very, very disappointed if that one didn't get reprinted, with how high in demand he's been over the last while. But EB02 Luffy, I didn't think this one was going to be included. I thought this was too recent, but I'm thrilled he's here, right? This guy is sitting around £40 in the UK, and I believe even more in the States. So this is sure to drop the price of this once it comes out. And this does make me wonder if there are going to be any other EB02 cards in this set, because we haven't had the full set list yet. I'm not sure we've had every reprint confirmed just yet. Another two big ones from EB01, Cavendish. This guy's ridiculously expensive, and he's only going to get more expensive when Zoro comes out. So having a reprint confirmed for this is going to be really nice. The price will of course drop significantly once PRB02 comes out, but even in the meantime, there's going to be people looking to offload their Cavendish. So if you're playing between now and then, you're hopefully going to be able to get these for a little bit cheaper. This is sorely needed. And Brook is another one. Brook's not so popular anymore. He was very popular a couple sets back when Lucci was popping off. Lucci's kind of fell off a little bit, but it's still a good deck. And if you're planning on playing Lucci, Brook is a key part of that. So reprint of this guy, definitely well needed. At one point, this was like $35 for the regular art, which was bonkers. A lot less now. You can pick this up in the UK for around £10, but still a brilliant choice for a reprint. And now two more EB01 cards. The Tuko Shirahoshi. This is not seeing a ton of play at the moment, but it's still sitting around £7 or £8 in the UK. So a really good reprint on this one. Does see play in Enel, mainly. But with purple and blue decks on the rise, this isn't as useful, but still a really good hit. Finger Gun, another one. We had this confirmed via the alt art a little while ago, but official confirmation that the half art is going to be in the set as well, which we knew it would, but it's always good. This is still popular in Blackbeard, even with Blackbeard getting all these new cards. So a pretty welcome reprint, I would say. One really cool one is we've got a reprint of the zero cost yellow event. So we've now had confirmation that the red, blue, purple, and yellow ones are all going to be in this set as reprints. No word on the black one or the green one just yet, but my gut would tell me they'll all be in here. This new altar of the Enel being pointed at, it's really nice, right? It's just like the scene from behind. But having these full art events, so good. You got Wiper, you got Zoro, you got Robin, and you've got everyone's goat, Ganfal. All telling Enel to disappear. I really like this one. I'm probably going to pick up at least one of these. Some secret rares. 8-cost Rayleigh. Not as popular as he was just a little bit ago, but with that Roger leader on the horizon, you may well need Rayleighs. So pretty good timing for him to be getting a reprint. Ace. Not so much. You don't see so much yellow Ace usage anymore, but always an option in decks like Kid or Enel. So a reprint of this, even though this guy is not the most expensive, you can't go wrong. And here's some more that people were hoping for. Blue Sanji from set 6. Believe this one was already confirmed, but here's another confirmation. You will be able to get Blue Sanji in this set. And wait around till later because we are getting a manga version of the Blue Sanji. What a time to be alive. 7-cost Law is another one. Green Yellow Law doing incredibly well. In fact, winning the CS this weekend over in Fukuoka. So Yellow Law probably likely to rise in price a little bit following that result. If you're a GY Law main or a Kid fan, this card being reprinted, going to save you a few pounds. Even this is sitting around £10 in the UK at the moment, this Law. Perhaps a little bit higher in the States, but still, a reprint, pretty good. Moving on to some more SRs, we've got these couple of 2Ks. We've got the 2K Sanji. This sees play in pretty much every purple Straw Hat deck. It's a blocker, the 2K, and sometimes costs 3. You can't go wrong. Tashigi sees play in, again, literally every green deck, more or less. Every green deck's looking to get around removal, because that's typically been green's biggest weakness. And this Tashigi is a really key part of that. So whilst this card is not expensive, only about £3 or £4, seeing a reprint, no bad thing. And I'm hyped for the new Navy alt art. You know I love my Navy characters. And a new Tashigi alt art, it's going to go hard. Some more SRs. Carrot sees play in Bonnie currently, mostly. And we did see the SP version of the carrot last week, but now official confirmation that the regular SR version of the carrot will be in the set. Pop Shanks too, we had an SP reveal of him last week, but official confirmation this will be in the set. This is not an expensive card at all, but hey, he's here. Next up, we've got Rosie. So this is a card that's had a sort of a bit of a weird curve over the last few months. And this card is reasonably expensive, a couple pounds at the moment. For a rare, rares don't usually command much value, especially from main sets. So a Rosie reprint, pretty cool. And check out this alt art. So Rosie's getting this new alt art. This looks very similar to the alt arts of the Ace and Sabo secret rares from set 7. So I'm guessing this is probably the same artist. Looks like the Spandine as well. The regional Spandine promo. But hey, that's pretty cool. If you're a Rosie fan, you're going to love this one, I'm sure. 2 more cards reprinted. Egghead Luffy. This hasn't seen play very much since BY was soft banned with the ban of Gecko Moria. But BY could be coming back with that 5-cost ace that we saw a couple days back. So a reprint of this could well be in order. 10-cost Blackbeard, not an expensive card. But Blackbeard, a powerful deck, so, you know, it's not going to be a bad one if you pull it. And here are all the alt arts that were revealed in the stream. We've seen most of these already, and you can pause if you want to take a look. And here are a bunch more, and we're going to cover the new reveals of alt arts on the next couple of slides. We've got this Crocodile, he's the 2K from set 7. This was very popular in Doflamingo, back when that was very popular. This guy's face looks kind of a little bit like a troll face, right? That's not just me. I'm not really sure how I feel about this alt. His hand is enormous as well. Look at this. Ah. I'm not sure I like this alt, but it's here if you're a Crocodile enjoyer. And this is a really weird one. Marie-Joie's reprint as an alt art. Now, this card, as far as I'm aware at least, has seen close to, if not exactly 0 play, since it was released all the way back in set 5. Seen people make meme builds with the old Lucci with this. But yeah, I've not seen any play for this, and that makes me think that that leak of an Emu leader coming in set 13, well, this could well be part of that leader's package, maybe. Maybe that leader's going to rely on you having the Celestial Dragons in play. It's interesting. At the very least, this card looks incredible. This building, this Marie-Joie's castle, has always been like, I really like the aesthetics of it, and I'm definitely going to be getting one of these, whether this card is good or not. Next up, moving on to some new cards, and we do have this 5/6/1K Doflamingo. He's a purple character with the Don Quixote Pirates and Warlords types. He's a blocker, and on play, if your leader is multicolored, you ramp 1 Don as rested. Now, I'm sure they intended this as green, purple, Dofi, and sugar support, but when I see ramp on a blocker, when you're with a multicolored leader, my mind just jumps to blue-purple Luffy, and this might lend even more credence to that Don Quixote Pirates build of blue-purple Luffy that we saw a couple weeks back in Vegas. This being another target off your Sugar Searcher that's ramp, adding onto the God Threads, is going to make your Sugar more useful for finding ramp in the early game. And of course, this is another character you can play off of the Dofi Taro. So I really do think this is quite promising, especially in blue-purple Luffy, and I'm sure this is going to be much appreciated by all the Sugar and green-purple Dofi players too. Moving on, we got Zoro. This is a 4/4/2K with the Supernovas and Straw Hat Crew types. And notably, this is a slash card, so can interact with all of the slash package. This is a blocker, and in your opponent's turn, if this will be rested by one of your opponent's effects, you can instead rest one of your other characters. So this effectively being immune to being rested is interesting. We've had blockers that are immune to KO, we've had blockers that are immune to removal. This is a blocker that can't be rested, and into like a purple and green meta, this seems really quite promising. I mean, look no further than a Zoro Mirror, right? In Zoro Mirror, they play Tashigi, try and rest your blocker. They play Dead Man's Game, try and rest your blocker. You can go, nope, I'll rest my 1-cost Perona Searcher instead. Seems pretty good, especially on a 2K. 2K's little blockers, we've seen loads of them really popular now. 6-cost Sanji, 4-cost Chopper, all sorts, and this one seems like a natural inclusion, not only in Zoro, but also potentially in Bonnie and Law. It's another blocker for Law. Law loves his blockers, and this one seems pretty good. And in Bonnie, it's a Supernova searchable 2K that actually has a pretty strong effect, and the Supernova 2Ks have notoriously not been that good, in green at least. Some of the yellow ones are very strong. But this card just being a decent blocker, I can see this seeing play. Next up, we got Boa Hancock, and this is a bit of a weird one. This is a 5/7 brick with the Film, Warlords, and Kuja Pirates types. On play, you can discard one card with a trigger from your hand, and then your opponent's rested leader or a character other than Luffy cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So the way I interpret this is if their leader is Luffy, you can't target that, or a character called Luffy. This is pretty cool, right? Into Zoro especially, if they've attacked with their Zoro, you can stop that Zoro leader attacking, and that sort of takes away most of the Zoro's deck. Like, their strategy is all based around their leader attacking twice. So being able to do this to sort of freeze their leader, similar to the 4-cost Arlong that we saw see success in, well, Zonji this weekend, is pretty interesting. The fact that you have to discard a trigger card is going to make this somewhat limited in its use case, though, I feel. Robin seems like a good inclusion. Robin tends to play a lot of trigger cards anyway for her leader effect, so this could be a play there. Also, Vegapunk, your entire deck basically has triggers, so that's pretty nice. Outside of that, I'm not really sure I'm playing this, but it's certainly an interesting card, certainly a good card. Next up, we've got Marco, and this is a very good generic blue card. This is a 4/6 brick with the Wano and former Whitebeard Pirates types. And there's also a blocker, and on KO you get to draw 2. So when I see generic draw, my mind first of all jumps to Nami. This is a blocker, but when your opponent gets rid of it, you get to draw 2. That naturally just seems incredibly strong for Nami. Being able to negate a hit of any strength and still draw 2 cards. I mean, maybe I'm coping, but that seems really, really good. Also, in both the Ace and Newgate deck and Marco, this is going to be searchable off whatever searches you're playing, really. If you're playing the 1-cost blue Izzo, the 1-cost red Izzo, this is going to be really nice and help you with your card economy, which certainly the red-blue Marco has struggled a little bit with running out of cards in the past. You've been playing things like the 3-cost Ivankov to help deal with that. Newgate and Ace, not so much, but drawing more cards is always good. This seems like a strong card. I like this one. Moving on, and this I think is the best of the bunch. 7/5/1K Charlotte Pudding. Big Mum Pirates. On play. Don -2. If your leader is a Big Mum Pirate and your opponent has 6 or more Don on the field, so you can't really ramp to this, unless your opponent is also ramping. Draw 2. Then, play a Big Mum Pirates type card with a power from 6,000 to 8,000 from your hand. Yep, that's right, you can play 8-cost Katakuri and draw 2 cards and get a 5k body for 7 Don. Man, that seems insane. That seems insane. Obviously, our only 2 purple Big Mum Pirates type leaders are Pudding and Kata, but I think both of them are going to make really, really good use of this card. Katakuri has really been struggling for something to do in the sort of early to mid game before you get to that purple Kata, and this on 7 just seems perfect. In that deck, obviously, you can cheat out your Peros Pero as well, so you could play both of them on 7 Don, which is pretty good. But really, it is going to be cheating out that Kata that is the biggest payoff. But don't forget, in Yellow Pudding, you can also play out 7-cost Linlin, which is a really nice card when you get to play it for free. And also 6-cost Linlin. You're going to be drawing cards with this Pudding, so the trash cost of Yellow 6-cost Linlin is not going to be that bad. And I really do think all 3 of these are going to be incredible targets for this Pudding. And it's going to make these Big Mum Pirates decks even more of like combo decks, which is really, really cool. Not sure how meta relevant it's going to make both of them, but this seems like a massive boost for both these decks. Next up, we've got Jinbei, and I really like that they've sort of made new versions of not only the Moria, but also the Jinbei. Reprinting banned cards, but with more balanced effects. Whew, man, I wish they did that with the leaders, right? That Sakazuki and RP Law leader, man, they're god-awful. Anyway, this Jinbei is a 4/5/1K with the Fishman and Warlords types. On play, look at the top 5, grab a Warlord other than himself, and put it in your hand. It's a top 5 search. Can't go wrong. When attacking, you can bottom a 1. So this on play, obviously just going to replace himself in hand, get you a search, keep your hand nice and full, great effect, going to be pretty good in both Dofi and Boa. But when attacking, mostly just for Boa, right, you get the draw. Bottoming a 1, not the most relevant effect, but we are seeing a few chump blockers around at the minute. Things like Ripper, things like Anana. And even into GY Law, bottom decking all their searches so they can't just constantly reuse them. Seems pretty good. This is clearly nowhere near as good as the old Jinbei. It doesn't just cheat for Don. But this sort of reminds me of a side grade on Zoro Juro. And we know how good that card is. Next up, we got the alt arts of all of the new cards. And there are 18 new cards in this set. 3 for each color. And all 18 of them are getting alt art. So here are some of them you can see here. Here are some more. This Ace alt art looks really nice. And the Moria has got to be my favorite of the bunch. This looks insane. With all the zombies, look at them go. And then here's some more. We got the Luffy that was revealed a long time ago. The Marco and the Law. And last up, the Pudding, Sabo, and the Boa. And these 6 are all the SRs. These 6 here. And then these other ones are just rares. So you'll be getting a bunch of these in your packs, don't worry. These ones will be a little bit more hard to come by. But I'm interested to know how the pull rates are on these new cards. Moving on. Dons. We've got a lot of new Dons. I'm not going to cover all of them. If you want to take a look at each Don in question, just pause and have a look. We've got Caesar, Carrot, Lucci, Pudding and Sanji, sort of. Sugar, Boa, Kiros, Sanji, Smoker, Yamato. This is Chopper. This one's really nice. I like the Chopper Don. Italy, or Bonnie, if you like to, if you like to be more accurate. Calgara, Usopp. I have no idea who this is. Let me know who this is. I don't know what this is. This is green and yellow. We've got Sabo. We've got Marco. We've got a Foxy who didn't need a Don. Jinbei, Kobe, Luffy, Nami, Lim, Robin, Shirahoshi, and Vegapunk. These are really nice. All the extra gold bits that you've got on the gold ones makes them look even nicer than the original gold ones, I think. And I'm really hyped to try and pull some of these. The Smoker one, you know I'll be getting one of those. And you know I'll be getting one of the Kobe ones. And then the last 4 Dons, Shanks, Luffy, Buggy, and Blackbeard. The Blackbeard one looks great with the gold cracks in the black half. All 4 of these also look very, very clean. And I told you it's coming. I called this one Manga Gum Gum Giant. This is not the Gum Gum Giant people update that I think people were hoping for. But it's the one we got. And we got a Manga Gum Gum Giant, so enjoy blinging out your purple decks. I do still think this might get banned eventually. But it doesn't seem like it'll be getting banned anytime soon with this new reprint. What a time to be alive. And the manga for the set is, as I said earlier, that 9-cost Sanji from set 6. This guy is now confirmed to never rotate, which is pretty interesting, because mangas are always exempt from rotation. So, Blue-Purple Luffy is not going to lose this anytime soon. What a time to be alive. And last up, we got 2 more SP confirms. Another Rebecca SP, which this is her second, right? We've already got the one from whatever set it was, where she's in like the big sunflower dress in the sunflower field. And now we've got another one. But this one looks great, right? Look, Leo's power with him, his like stitching power. He's stitching the border back together. Look at this, it's so cute. I'm a big fan of this one. You got Mancherry here as well, and whoever this one was, I can't remember. And this is one that I didn't expect, right? I expected an alt art of this. I didn't expect an SP 4-cost pudding. I mean, I'm here for it. This card is an all-star. This is truly one of the best. If we're being literal about the name of the set. But yeah, man, this is great. Look at it. She's cutting the border with the scissors with her like power of the film reel. Looks super good. I'm a big fan of this. So, which reprint are you most hyped for? Which new card do you think is the best? My money personally is potentially on that pudding, but a lot of them seem really powerful, so who's to say? Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.